Hello, everyone. Before anything, I would like to wish you a wonderful time in these Easter holidays. I'm sending you this message. I'm recording this video now because I'm in the middle of grading the second writing assignment, and I was a bit concerned in view of the fact that some of you um, haven't paid attention to the instructions that I gave you for the writing assignment. In the first place, I would like to remind you that you have to follow a strict set of instructions that appears in your Dropbox under writing assignment 3 and writing assignment 4, the last two writing assignments that are left in my class. For the third writing assignment, as you can see here, you have the instructions in the typical Word document that I send you. For this assignment in particular, you know that you have to write an analytical essay, a 5 paragraph essay this time, but it has to be analytical. The first thing that you gotta do is read all the material here in genre in academic writing in your week 5, and by reading the object of the week you'll be able to understand the differences between a narrative piece or an analytical piece or an expository or an argumentative uh, essay. It's important that you pay close attention here to the analytical essay because the scope of the essay this time is analytical. In in this section on page 4, you have a thorough description of what uh, an analytical essay is all about. In spite of the fact that you have all this information here, I'm going to send you a document, a PDF document with a short shrift to the topic, which is a shorter version of this material you have over here. Um, to begin my directions today, I would like you to check the instructions to the third writing assignment. I started by bluntly saying that you have to write an analytical essay. It's a 5 paragraph essay, and I invited you to review the concept of the 5 paragraph essay in your week 1 of the course. In this occasion, as before, you have a list of articles, and you can find the list of articles here. You have a general question, the same question that is going to be guiding all the writing that we do here in our course. It's about the internet as an enslaving or as a liberating tool. But in this occasion, you have to choose another article from the list that I gave you here. As you know, you have a possible choice of 8 articles. If you chose one article for the summary, it can't be used for the analytical essay or for the argumentative, the same. So if you chose one article, that article is excluded for other possibilities. So that's why I suggested at some point a couple of weeks ago that you form discussion groups and in the social corner to divide forces and to choose one article each of you so as to be able to know what all these articles are all about. And I'm saying this because I've seen that some of you have chosen, for example, Generation Z, Online and at Risk, which is the perfect article for an argumentative essay. In an argumentative essay, you have to exchange opinions, you have to have a conversation with another voice, supposedly that of the article. And if you chose it already for the summary, you are excluded that as an option. So you're not having the chance to work with that one, which was a perfect article for argumentation. In any case, if you chose it, you have to read all the remaining articles to find one that is fitting for your interest in your argumentative essay. So again, you need to choose one article from here for the analysis. Keep in mind that there is a larger assignment in week 6, which is the argumentative essay. So save the best for last. So be wise in your choice. The second thing I wanted to call your attention on was that I I gave you the instructions in the Word document of where to find the original sources. I gave you the PDF copies, but I said that for citation purposes and for including the correct reference in the Word cited section of your essay, you had to find the original article to be able to cite it correctly. So I'm reminding you that I took all these articles from the university digital database, and so you need to go and check the original for citation purposes. Again, I keep the same standards for grading essays, so you'll be receiving the essays as soon as I finish grading them. I already graded one class, and I'm in the middle of the second one, and I should be having the result of the third class before Sunday this week. The second thing that I wanted to mention was that I'm sending you a text, a PDF, together with this presentation of what is writing an analytical piece. This is a short shrift to the topic. As I said, this resource is a version of the one you will find in the learning object of week 5 under genres in academic writing. And I realize now that I made a spelling mistake here, a typo. I will fix it before I send it to you, but it's gonna go in the recording anyway. I'm adapting the original uh, resource that you have in D2L because I know that you're in the middle of the Easter holidays and I wanted you to save some time. In part 1 of this resource that I'm sending you, I'm making a brief introduction um, to the analytical genre, and in part 2 a short selection from Lunsford's chapter, and in part 3 um, giving you the checklist for the essay that you're writing. In part 1 I define analytical writing, the type of writing used to interpret, examine, or analyze an object. uh, the object of analysis could be anything from an article, a book, a movie, or what have you, but in this case you have to analyze um, uh, the an article that was given to you. This time is a 5 paragraph essay again, as I said, and when you analyze the object, you have to pay attention to the hows and the what of the text. How is the information organized? What is the author saying? What is the thesis statement or the main key of the essay? And so you have to break down the article into its components, into its parts. The distinctive features of analytical writing is the content is a mix of factual, what we've seen before, and persuasive ideas. You're providing your insight for the first time. The only difference between an analytical essay and an argumentative essay that you will see in a week is that when you write an analytical essay, you could use some persuasive techniques, but you don't use the techniques that you use in argumentation, which are far more complex, and you will see what that means in a week. The analytical essay, you present ideas, you make an analysis, you provide your own insights and takes on the issue that you're analyzing, and you're writing this for an audience that is supposed to have some knowledge of the topic that you're discussing. The organization has to be sequential. You gotta follow a sequence, and preferably the sequence of the original. And the ultimate objective of this type of writing is to help the reader understand. In part 3 from Lunsford, I just selected here a couple of paragraphs, um, um, making emphasis on the second one here, when it says when you analyze something, you break it down into its component and you think about those parts methodically in order to understand it in some way. I cut the information here um, urging you to go to D2L and find the remaining section from Land 4 or to find it in your book. In part 3, I'm offering the revision checklist that I recommended in the previous assignment to read your draft slowly and carefully to see if you have been following the, the sequence and the instructions correctly. Is the question that prompted your analysis clear? How does the opening capture the audience interest, the hook? Does it indicate why this analysis matter? Are you mentioning what you're analyzing? I realized that in the summary, some of you wrote a summary and you never told me what was the name of the article that you were summarizing. So that is a mistake. So here, if you're making an analysis of an article, you tell me what is it, who is the author, why are you making this analysis? Is the point clear? Have you stated the point explicitly in the thesis or in the topic sentence? In this case, it's a thesis statement because it's a 5 paragraph essay. Is the subject described enough detail for your audience? What evidence do you provide to support your point? What insight have you gained? If you've cited any sources in writing assignment 3, you have to cite the mandatory article twice again. Are they credible and convincing? Have you integrated them smoothly into your text? The tone that you have used, is it formal as expected in an academic essay? How is the analysis organized? Is the essay easy to follow? Those are the questions, and I'm giving you as a checklist for your essay. In the week, I also included an example of an analytical essay by Michelle Watson, Shades of Character. And in this example, is going to work double, not only as an example of an analytical essay, but also as an example of an annotated text, something that you have to submit to your portfolio. Here, if you check the introduction to this essay and then you check the side note, you realize what an analytical essay is all about. I'm encouraging you to to start considering which article you're selecting. It might make nice reading in your holidays, choosing the right article and then thinking about the right article and discussing the right article with your peers or friends or whoever, and before you start the analysis as such. This is a great example of an analytical essay using MLA standards, and if you read this essay through, you will get an idea of how to put together an analysis of your own. I I just want to say as a closing remark that I'm thinking of giving you an extension for this writing assignment. I think I can give you one more day. In my 3 courses, I have 3 separate submission dates on the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th. I'm planning to give you an extension one more day to each of the classes. So the one submitting on the 17th, we have until the 18th, and so on. I will send you the specifics in an email that I'll send in a couple of minutes. Um, Keep enjoying your holiday, but please don't forget that you have work to do. You have time, so don't strain yourself, but keep it in the back of your mind that you have some responsibilities to meet.